Greetings, this is Steve Diamond with Living Land Permaculture Homestead, and here's my evaporator setup. I did have it this tall originally, using the full-sized evaporator pan over there, but I like to have a batch of about 25 to 30 gallons to bother with that. And so, as I only had about 10 gallons with the last of the sap coming in for the season, I decided to pare it down a little bit. And so this is just some kitchen pans. It has more depth, so it's harder to boil to empty and burn the pan, which you certainly don't want to have happen. And I've had it cranked, stuffed with wood for quite a while, since around middle of the day. And finally it's getting to a bit of a rolling boil. I don't think I could get it to overboil no matter how much wood I put in there, because it's losing some heat to the steel plate, and that's a computer case. It's radiating some heat in the wrong places, so it's more efficient to use the pan, the real pan, the official pan. So the main thing, it's been kind of windy today, because I sometimes use a stovepipe to bring away some of the smoke away from me, but it was too windy to support that well, so I haven't put that back. And so I have a computer case cover with a ring of wire that I can grab with this stick, and this is how I fill it. And there's some vertical blocks here to support the metal plates. I got to make sure I don't knock those over. And be careful of. Ideally I wouldn't have that risk, but it's on pavers, so this is quite level and graded and everything. Also that helps ensure fire can't get into roots of trees or whatever. Anyway, so I thought this would be a good setup for this small amount of sap, and I suppose if you are only tapping a few trees, this might be all you would need. But it's definitely slower to get the same amount of syrup, to process the same amount of sap. I don't know if I mentioned yet, so the main thing on the design of this is to prevent the wind from blasting too much from any direction. It has to be protected from the wind in all directions, so it doesn't get out of control. Be too variable in how hot it is. So it'll get enough air. You just don't want it to overboil, which again I don't think could happen. Just a very windy day today. So it's going to take a little while, probably well into the night, but I don't have to be watching it all the time. And I'll just keep on cramming it with wood. And I won't finish it here. It's too imprecise on an outdoor evaporator, in my opinion, to try to finish the syrup. I just get it down to a volume that I can finish indoors on the wood stove while it's still cold enough to have the wood stove going. I just have to minimize how much boiling off I do there in terms of making the house moldy, which has been a little bit of an issue here and there, but mostly it's been balanced well. I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something useful out of it. Take care.